What's up, everyone? I finally was able to get the game where I got the Nightbird little helicopter. So I hit record and I actually had a pretty good game, so I wanted to go over some stuff and just talk about Battlefield for a little bit while maybe give some tips on things that I've learned while flying. I've been playing Battlefield since like 1942. Not the actual year 1942, but the game 1942. And I haven't really used the vehicles a lot. I've always liked playing against the vehicles, and I've always tried to destroy them. But in this one, I started getting into the helicopters, and I've been really enjoying it. So, and I sucked bad at first. So I've learned some stuff as I've played, and we'll go over some stuff here. So obviously in the beginning you see I go to capture some stuff as fast as I can, try to get some of the mid points so that my guys can start spawning up closer to their side. Focus on getting rid of that gunship. You can see I start getting hit, start getting behind cover from where I'm getting hit from. I think I actually go down here. Someone's chasing me. Try to find them. I'm getting hit hard. I'm trying to bob and weave, but they're hitting me hard. I try to turn around, and I finally see them, but it's too late. I'm gonna go down here. I might run into something as I'm trying to dodge them. And there I go. Don't worry, I think I get revenge later. Now, this game can be kind of hard to get the helicopters, so I think I did something else until this point, and then I just edited that out, and I'm gonna go back in. You can see I'm just sitting there spamming. It can be kind of annoying, that's why I play some of the other lobbies with less people, so I can actually fly around, but this one I was playing a full lobby. So I get back in, I think I go for the whole game from this point on. Kind of scanning, seeing what I want to do, seeing what points we have. Looks like someone's trying to come behind and do a back cap on E2. Looks like I wanted to hide from them first and until I got my missile back. It looks like they're running away. That didn't hit him because he has, see, this little green light that protects him from a missile for a certain amount of time when the green light's going. But I can see the red light now. Now it's good to hit him. But then it looks like he used his, I want to say that's like electromagnetic smoke or something that it makes the missiles fly away. So I think I just gotta leave him alone. And once you do your flares, you have a little bit of time before they can lock onto you, not too much. That's typically when you want to do what I just did right there and get behind cover until your flares reload, or else you're just a sitting duck out there in the middle of the air. And what you can do is I'm staying kind of low. If you see on the mini map at the bottom left, it'll start saying radar offline. That protects you from getting locked on from vehicles, but not from people with a handheld rocket. Oh, I think it's the same guy that got me last time. He was the one locking on to me, so I kind of don't have to worry about being locked on at the moment because I know his missiles take a little bit of time to recharge, so I just go for the fight. Now what I try to do is I try to stay above them, so that way I'm facing down forward, so I'm coming forward towards them while they're forced to fly backwards if they want to be able to shoot upwards at me. And that forces them to fly back, and they don't really know where they're going. Typically, if you're at the edge of the map too, that forces them to fly outside of the map as they're trying to hit you, which makes them panic and have to come back towards you. Looks like, yeah, so you can see there's a difference between, I get really low right there because I'm being locked on, and I don't have my flares. I use my flares. So I was kind of playing a dangerous game there, but I tried to stay low, but it looked like it might have been just a person on the little flying vehicle trying to hit me. And then they would be able to lock onto me even though I was below radar. Now what I'm doing is I'm waiting until you can see right there. You hear the change in the sound when they actually shoot the missile. And then usually you don't want to blow your flares until you get that, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you to bust your flares before they have to use one of their missiles. And then you're a sitting duck, and they don't have to wait until their missiles reload.
The enemy is focusing on Echo 1.
You can actually use it as a strategy as well. I think I might use it later in this game where you can see where you're being locked on from the angle. You'll see a little indicator on your screen from the direction that they're locking onto you from. And if you look in that direction and wait for them to shoot the missile, you can get some information on where they are.
Our troops have full control of Sector Delta.
I was going to go help that guy fight, but I kind of just turn around. That guy's still up there at the edge. I'm going to get rid of him. And I believe it's an AA, so I have to watch out because he can hit me pretty hard. So, since they have I can't lock onto the last guy, so I kind of just change targets. And he's going to start locking onto me soon. There it is. I try to get low because I know his angle, so I try to get it to where he can't even see me. Or if he shoots his missile, it's just going to hit the ground. I think I go for this one first because I think it's a weaker. Oh, that little blue indicator again showing that I can't hit him. Just see the green light. Two people up there, gotta watch out for. Now there's a strategy with those. If you know that the person has that defense where they can block a missile, like that last guy that I shot, what you want to try and bait that out from them. If you lock onto them and wait, and if you see the green light come up, that means they used it. You just hold your missiles. That way you don't have to worry about reloading. Sometimes they'll have the smoke as well. So if you can bait both of those, you can hit them pretty hard. Typically my strategy with the little helicopters, I try to prevent back caps. You can see they keep trying to get back there. And closest to your original spawn is usually the safest for you. Most of their vehicles would be on their side. And preventing back caps is pretty good because you don't want them to be able to keep spawning up behind you, and then they can kind of pinch you between both sides and take you out. It's a good strategy. So if I can just myself kind of hold off multiple people, it allows my team to capture the other zones if they put a lot of their manpower into backcapping. You can see we still have E2. They have E1, which means they're going to be able to spawn people up there. But I'm at least trying to clear the people at E2 before. Now again, I use my flares, so I have to hide behind. This is a very weak helicopter that can be taken out pretty quickly without its defenses. Now it looks like my team cleared that guy, so I kind of, let's see, I reassess. I think I want to go for E1. I kind of looking around to see they don't have any spawn points around in these spots up there. I think I'm looking, what am I looking for? Oh, there we go. Now the Nightbird is the best with this gun that I'm using right there. It's the best against other helicopters and other planes. It won't shoot through any tanks or anything, but it shreds through helicopters and planes as well. Planes are sometimes harder to hit if they're a good pilot. That's a big hit. Yep. I think I thought maybe I could go through the bottom area, and then I didn't think I could, and I turned back and hit the wall. But I use my heel and just kind of stay safe for a bit. Oh, I jump out. I don't usually utilize this strategy, but it is something that you can do. You can jump back in before the timer runs out. It'll heal a little bit. I've seen people use it a lot, but it's kind of a last minute resort for me.
We are moving to attack down the right.
So you can see the designated versus the locked on. And what designated means is it's a sniper that's using their, I think it's the SOFLAM. It's like little binoculars that they can use to lock on. And they can be dangerous because for instance, my second gun that I'm using on this locks on to ground vehicles. But if one of my team used that and designated a helicopter with it, it'll have a little yellow square around it. I can use my ground vehicle lock on the air vehicle with that, and that's big. Because that makes me able to hit the air vehicles a lot easier. So kind of want to watch out for that. I can say, and as well as if say a ground unit has an anti-air rocket, they can also lock on to ground units if they're designated, or vice versa. If they have like an anti-tank that only locks onto tanks, they can lock onto me if I get designated. So in the same way you can see where you're being locked on, you can see where you're being designated from. So it does give. That sound right there is someone shooting a rocket at me that they can move and control. So if you ever hear that, it's time to start moving, bobbing and weaving, because it doesn't have a very good turn radius.
Almost every sector is under our control. Keep it that way.
Usually I'll do what I'm doing, going after the zones and stuff, until I see a helicopter. And then my main focus is the helicopter, because getting rid of those with this little guy is really strong. Those big helicopters can take out tanks pretty easily. No one counters them. Slow on that. I'm also constantly looking down left at my mini map as well too at this point, kind of seeing what we have and what they have. Right here, I feel like my most important thing I can do is kind of protect D1 as they're trying to capture it. Because if they capture that, then now all their team can just start spawning there, and they can start attacking the other top of the towers and the 2 points there, and they have a good point to be able to get there. At this point, if they don't capture it, they have to come all the way back from their base, or A1. Looks like they have C2 at this point. That's why it's good to protect your zones. Make sure you clear them before you move on to the next point. And that's a gunship. That's going to be full of people too, so that's always good to focus on, get rid of, because there's like 3 guns on it, as well as like extra areas just to store people, and they just fly right over zones. People jump out, parachute down, and take zones. So those are really strong to have, and can be strong against you. They just fly a bunch of guys over into your far point, back cap. Good strategy. Use my flares. Try to get a visual on who was locking onto me, what's happening, or something taking me to again. I don't want to go there until I have my thing. Now there it is. See, I'm scanning to see if there's any vehicles I can hit. There's a little green light blocking. Ooh, hard hits. Bobbing and weaving down low so no one can lock onto me, or at least vehicles can. And that's always a good way to do too. If I'm down there and I see that I'm radar offline and I'm still getting locked onto and I'm not designated, then I know it's just a ground unit. Use flares, get out of that way. That's a strong vehicle. It's got all kinds of guns and it's quick. So I get out of its sight really fast, especially once I have my flares gone.
Echo 2 target. Begin the assault.
So now this is my focus back here, so they can't keep spawning behind us. Now there, I don't hide immediately because I know who is locking onto me, and I know he has to reload, and that I have some time before I can kill him before they take me out. I see that guy floating there, but I miss here. Third person view with the helicopter and where you're actually shooting can be a little bit difficult. It's like where I'm aiming is the white circle in the middle that you see, and where the bullets are actually going to hit based on the position of the guns is the yellow, and how I'm moving. So, something to think about. Now you can see it, when I start to aim at people and I'm starting to shoot at them, what I'll typically do is let go of W. So I'm not going forward, and I just kind of float. I hear the rocket trying to shoot me. Focus on moving and dodging first, and seeing from what direction they were shooting at me from.
Hostiles advancing on Echo 2. They took Sector Charlie.
You can hear the pilot breathing. That's not me. Yeah. Focus. I focus on that vehicle again because I think it's low.
Good stop. Good fucking stop.
That's not doing. See, I'm holding on until they actually shoot, which they don't, because they're playing a game of chicken. They're waiting for me to use the flares, and I'm waiting for them to actually shoot.
Sector Echo, Captain. Good work.
I know too, once I blow the flares, I have a little bit of time, boom, hit him before I'm going to be locked onto again. That's a sniper up somewhere, just designating me.
Delta 1 attack begun by our forces.
Okay, I look to see who it is. Sick of them locking onto me. One of them. When I see the lock on, I'm trying to also notice the angle. I saw that was coming from a too wide of an angle, so I knew I wouldn't be able to hide behind the mountain to protect myself, so I had to blow the flares. Aiming at the circle or flying over like I did before on E2, it's a good way to tell how many
The
people
enemy has taken significant losses.
are there, and if they're actually trying to cap it. I see I have a good amount of my guys on it, so I think they have it they have it covered, so I think I'd go for
The
E1
enemy has
here.
secured Echo
And what's
1.
good too is, as well as while you're trying to capture, if you're trying to capture an enemy position and they
We have
spawn
hostiles
in,
moving on Echo 2.
they're going to spawn outside of the circle
We have
because
sector
you are
Bravo.
currently capturing it. So that's another strategy to think about, is that it forces them outside of the circle even if they're spawning on that zone until you're no longer in there. So sometimes just getting into the zone and start capping can be a good strategy. So see here, there's no one on the zone right now except for me. Now if any
We're
of the
in good
enemies
shape if we can hold this territory.
spawn in like that person just did,
The
they spawn
enemy has
outside of the
captured
circle,
Sector
which gives us an advantage. Now I raise up because I see my teammates there, and being really close to the ground as a helicopter is dangerous. So that person took out any sort of explosive, which was done in one shot most likely.
We now occupy Echo 1. We've taken Sector Echo.
It looks like we're winning. We only have 25 points left.
Our troops are advancing on Delta 1.
We definitely have it. But thanks for watching, and hopefully you learned something. I'm still learning stuff too as I continue to play, and I'm gonna make a video shortly of just laying out all the tips in a nice, easy, watchable way. But hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay, and I have a couple more I can post them soon. All right, have a good one, everyone.